Hey y'all, boy, isn't that something? Yesterday I was busting ice off a hot water heater line to get hot water in the kitchen, and today I'm in short sleeves. Welcome to Texas. 60 degrees here. Of course, it's going to freeze again tonight a little bit, but that's part of it. Got the day made, and the goats are off to the races. They'll be out there till I start rattling that feed. Tell you something else. Big old pasture full of stuff to eat, and they want to go up there by the road. Ain't that something? Well, I hope y'all have had, I guess those around here, we survived it. Y'all having a good week? Good deal. We're starting to go that downhill towards spring now, at least for us. I know it doesn't maybe feel like it, but there's a lot of planting going on right now, especially in the house. Planting and planting. We got out trying to play catch up on customers this week. Down a couple of days, not able to do it. So Jordan and I got a lot to get done. I thought of something the other day that was funny. It actually happened today. Us humans are funny about our control and our things that bug us, I guess. I know I got a good friend that hates to hear the sound of that dripping. You know, when you have to let the faucet drip in a freeze, it just, once you hear it, you can't get it out of your head. But I don't know if y'all, I've got to where I'm relinquishing some control on silly stuff like that to a degree. For instance, y'all go to the gas pump, and when you're pumping your gas, if you're just going to fill it up or whatever you're doing, it rolls over that even dollar amount, say $30, it goes to $30.02. Does that aggravate you? Does it? Used to aggravate me too. Now just wherever it stops, that's where we're at. What does it matter? Really, you got to be that even. Just like the old microwave, when you set it for a minute, y'all got to stop it right before it beeps. Us humans are funny about control like that. I guess that's just part of it. But yeah, I think about stuff like that. Hey, we've got a new feature on the channel. Kind of going kicking and screaming. Facebook's been bugging me about it. I've got a lot more stuff we can share other than these walks and talks. This won't ever change. We'll still share the progress as we move forward through the spring season and all. But if you want to see a little bit more of the back end of a little bit more tips and tricks on the planting and what's going on in the house there with the new plants and some animal husbandry, and as we get this chicken coop started up again, you can now subscribe to the channel for a little premium content. Those of you that aren't, there's some other content on the page that is access to our premium subscribers. I guess everything's got to have a value. It's $1 a month, so maybe I can come up with enough to justify that. But yeah, it helped pay for a little chicken feed and goat feed, and maybe you'll learn $1's worth. I hope so. But got a few subscribers already, so if y'all want to do that, that's fine. If not, just glad to have you along. We're coming up on the 5th year on this old place, and almost looks like it did when I moved in, through a little bit of neglect over the last year and a half or so, but we'll whip it back up into shape. Sure will. You know, talking about chickens, if y'all have never witnessed or been through the incubation process, the whole thing, I don't know why, but that just absolutely blows my mind. And it hit me the other day. I've seen it 100 times here in this old house. I don't have any eggs going right now, but we're about to get some, and we'll start that process. But, you know, these folks say when they break open the egg, they eat a whole chicken. Well, I guess you could go that route, but that yellow part, that yolk, that's not the chicken. There's a little bitty cell on that yellow egg that when it's fertilized, that'll become a chicken. The yolk is actually food for that little baby chick over the course of their development. But what blows my mind is from the time that chicken lays the egg, in well under a month, right at 21 days, there's a new life that springs eternal. Well, not eternal until we get hungry, right? What really captures my my faith, you know, if you come to tell me that God didn't create all this, you come a little bit too late. I know a little better. But you think about that little chicken. It's just a cell that grows. By about day 10 or 12, you can definitely see a shape in that egg with the little candle light. When we get to 18, he's starting to get ready to come on out. Now realize, that little chicken has never been outside of that shell. Doesn't know there's a world outside of it. Doesn't know it belongs outside that shell. But something deep down that was programmed in its DNA says it's time to go. So it starts kind of moving around, and there's a little yolk sac there that's been feeding it. I mean, why would you want to leave where you've been fed and everything's safe? For some reason he does, and he starts pecking at it. He breaks through that little sac, and that gives him enough air and stability to keep going. Remember, he's still safe. He's still fed. But something is driving him to get to another place. So he does. They've got just a little bitty, what they call a pip on their beak. At that point, it's just sharp enough to start working on that outer shell. And once he makes that little break in the shell, he's got enough air to keep working. Now, it's not up to us to help him, because that strengthens that chicken, that struggle to get out to a different place. So he begins, and over the course of a day or so, he breaks out of that shell, and lo and behold, he's entered a new world. Really hit me. That chicken didn't know what was outside of that shell. Didn't know a thing, but it knew there was somewhere better it needed to be. It knew there was a better life on the other side. For me, that's a big lesson. Keep pushing. If not just in this world, on the other side, there's something better coming. We hadn't seen it. We don't know it's there, but there's something deep down in all of us, I believe, whether we want to admit it or not, that knows it is. Maybe it's something as simple as a better life, maybe a better job. Keep pushing, keep going, and find it. Right? The stuff we can learn from a chicken. Colossians, it was written that he uses the simple things to confound the wise. We're pretty smart folks, but I think that chicken's smarter than most of us. Case could be made. I heard about a funny situation. Old boy, a rich man, many years ago, decided he's going to go duck hunting. So he took his hired hand, Sam, and they took off down the road to go duck hunting. Well, the old horse and carriage broke a wheel not too long in the journey. So Sam jumped off to repair it, and he was hammering the nail and getting everything back in. He slipped and hit his thumb. That hurts. And that'll test your Christianity. Well, it tested his. He started doing some cuss words and immediately felt bad about it. So he kneeled down and asked the good Lord for forgiveness. And the old wealthy man looked at him and kind of laughed. He said, "Sam, why do you struggle so much? You know, I see you struggle so much as a Christian. I'm an atheist. I don't have that problem." He said, he didn't really know what to say. About that time, 2 ducks flew over, and the old wealthy man raised his shotgun, fired off, blam, blam. Both the ducks fell. One of them was stone cold dead. The other one was flopping around. Sam come to life. He said, "Sir, I know exactly the answer to your question." He said, "What's that, Sam?" He said, "You see that flopping duck over there? That's a Christian. We are flopping to stay alive and to beat Satan." He said, "Okay." He said, "You see that other duck over there? That's you, a dead duck." That tickled me. Well, I got to give these old goats some pellets to eat. Got some repotting to do in there. It's turned into pretty much a greenhouse in that old place, but we can run it clean. But hey, yeah, if y'all want to join, and I actually did that's going to be a one and only. Of course, I love to cook. Sure is easier to eat it and to do still photographs than to actually videotape the cooking process, especially in that old house. But I did it anyway, just to spite. It's a train wreck. But I got it done. But that's on the premium content. I don't know if I'll be doing any more of those, but we've done a few videos talking about the plants in there, and it's a forum to ask me questions directly. Sometimes I miss them on all these posts, and just time doesn't allow it. But if you're part of that group, I'd be more than happy to answer them anyway. You can just always send us a message. But Nothing real crazy, just the daily life around here, kind of behind the walks, if you would. But sure is funny being out here, and I was breaking ice out of here yesterday. Sure them goats are thankful. They're wanting me to stop talking and get them some food. Poor old DW ain't here no more to knock me down, so I ain't got to worry about that. Let me do a quick roll call, and y'all sound off where you're at, and hope y'all have a good evening. And we'll call it evening. How's that? Let's see here who we got. Let me scroll back up through it. All right, there's Melissa Chrisman. Said it's a good week there. All right, hope you had a good week. Let's see who else is on here. Stephanie's saying caught me live. I wish I had something dripping around here. Oh, all the ice is melted. There's Aaron from Wills Point. Thanks for checking in, sir. Always good to see you. Let's see who else we got on here. Miss Wallace, Donna Wallace, catching us live. Made my day. Well, it don't take much then. Glad it did. Thank you for joining us. Maria, not going to say any last names because her boss is watching, she says. Aggie's greeting us from Allen, Texas. Donna's in Anna, Texas. There's Lyle from Canton. See some folks through here. There's Gene Martinville in the house. Hey, my good buddy James Billingsley out of Central Texas. Good times at Cabela's back in the day. Man, I miss you. And there's Andrew out of Florida. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to call it the evening. And if you have any questions on the subscription, feel free to drop me a line. But hope y'all have a blessed week. And don't worry if that gas tank goes to $30.03. Don't really matter. Y'all be the light. Talk to you later.